Students, so in the previous lecture we had discussed about electric field due to a dipole along the axis and along the equator, right? So it was found that electric field due to a dipole at far away distance varies as 1 by r cube and not as 1 by r square. Okay, an electric field along the axis for a short dipole is 2 kp by z cube, and electric field because of dipole along the equator was minus kp by y cube. Of course, we had discussed 2 to 3 MCQs also based on this topic. Now, what if due to a short dipole we need to calculate the electric field along a plane, let us say xy plane, right? I am placing a dipole here. Dipole means arrangement of minus q plus q. This will be my dipole moment. This is a finite distance, say 2a. This is the center of the dipole. Now, we had calculated the electric field at this point, that is along the axis, at this point, that is along the equator. Now, what if we want to calculate the electric field over here? Neither on the axis nor at the equator, right? So, now the point P is in xy plane, right? Let r be the position vector. Clear? This P is the dipole moment and this, let the angle be theta. Okay, so now we'll have two components of electric field, right? Or you can say, since this is the dipole moment, this is the direction of dipole moment, this is theta, so P cos theta, that is radial component of dipole moment, P cos theta, right? And P sin theta will be somewhere this way. Say this is your vector P, okay, right? This is theta, so of course this will be P cos theta and this will be P sin theta. Got it? Clear? So in the same way, this is your dipole moment P, vector is in this direction, this is theta, so P cos theta will be along this direction, P sin theta will be along this direction. That means you will have electric field due to this P cos theta in this direction, that is the radial component or parallel component, and due to this P sin theta you will have another electric field, the component of another electric field, that is perpendicular component or you can say transverse component. Got it? Clear? Once again, this is your dipole and you need to calculate the electric field at point P, which is at a distance r, or you can say the point is lying in xy plane. Let the angle be theta between P and r. So I have just made the components of this vector. This is your P, this is theta, so this will be P cos theta, this will be P sin theta. Got it? Clear? So P cos theta is in this direction, right? So one of the component of electric field at point P will be along this direction, that is radial direction, and due to P sin theta the another component will be here. Clear? Got it? So this is again short dipole. So for a short dipole we can make use of this formulas, right? That is parallel component will be equals to 2k, but instead of P I will write it as P cos theta. Instead of P I will write it as P cos theta, because the parallel or the radial component of electric field, it is having P cos theta. So this will be P cos theta divided by r cube. Got it? Similarly, E perpendicular or transverse component will be equals to Kp. Instead of P, I will write it as P sin theta upon r cube. Got it? Clear? So now the resultant electric field will be, this is your first vector, this is your second vector, this will be the resultant. Clear? This is perpendicular component, this is parallel component. Let us say this is resultant angle, you can say it as alpha. Okay, so how to find this resultant electric field? So resultant electric field will be calculated as root of parallel component of electric field plus perpendicular component of electric field. I am using the formula root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Clear? Even though this topic is not given in your NCERT textbook. Okay, so this will be equals to root of parallel component, that is say 2kp cos theta divided by r cube the whole square plus kp sin theta upon r cube the whole square. Got it, students? Clear? So kp by r cube can be taken common. So this will be root of 4 cos square theta plus sin square theta. Done? So this will be equals to kp by r cube root of 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta plus sin square theta. I can write 4 as 3 plus 1. But what is cos square plus sin square? 1. So finally net electric field or resultant electric field magnitude wise will be equals to kp by r cube 1 plus 3 cos square theta. Done, students? Clear? See, if the point was along the axis, then theta will be 0. So place theta equals to 0. It will be 3 cos square 0 plus 1, that is 3 plus 1 4, root of 4 will be 2. So it is 2 kp by r cube. We will get the same result. Clear? If the point P lies here, that is along the equator, then theta will be equals to 90 degree. Place 90 degree over here. So 3 cos square 90, cos 90 is 0. So you will get kp by r cube. Clear? So this is the formula to find the magnitude of electric field when a point is neither lying along the axis nor lying along the equator. And of course, what is the resultant angle? That means electric field, resultant electric field makes an angle alpha. So tan alpha will be equals to perpendicular by parallel, opposite by adjacent. What is perpendicular? kp sin theta by r cube upon 2 kp cos theta by r cube. So that will be r cube by 2 kp cos theta. R cube, kp gets cancelled. So it is sin theta by 2 cos theta, right? So now what is sin theta by cos theta? That is tan theta, right? So this will be equals to tan alpha is equals to tan theta divided by 2. So alpha is equals to tan inverse tan theta by 2. Clear? So this will be the resultant angle. Fine, students. So this is how we will calculate the electric field due to a short dipole when the point is neither lying on the axis nor lying on the equator. Fine. Now in the next video we will discuss about torque acting on a dipole when placed in an uniform electric field. Okay. Thank you.